What's up, y'all? I am Martoinne, and this is my lovely wife, Rhea.
Hi.
Hey, so really quickly, we're heading out, but I wanted to do a video really quickly with Rhea, and it was kind of my idea, so I'm just gonna kind of like ask some general questions. Basically, I wanted to talk about being young and married, because I feel like
Because we're so young.
Yes, we're so young.
Well,
married. I mean, we got married young. I was 22.
I was 21.
Was 21. I'm 27. She's 26 now. We're still fairly young, right? And so, I mean, I feel like a lot of people ask me a lot, like, why'd you get married so young? Or even like, how did you know you wanted to be married so young? Or why didn't you wait? Or, we got a lot of shade when we told people we were going to get married.
So much shade.
Because we were so young, but I just want to I want to talk about that. So the first thing I just wanted to talk about, babe, was what did people I know what people told me, and I know what people told us corporately, but what did, when we told people we were getting married at 21 and 22,
right.
What
so
did
the engagement, what happened when we got engaged, or what?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I remember. Okay, so I remember he just whispered in my ear. So I don't know if y'all saw that or heard that, but it was so awkward. Anyway.
If you didn't see it, that means I'm a bomb ventriloquist. I told her to talk louder. You didn't talk louder.
He's whispering. Anyway, so yeah, I just remember one thing. I was working. I had a weekend job while I was in college. And this lady came up to me and she's like, "Hey, your dad told me that you are getting engaged." No, wait. She walked up to me and was like, "Hey, congrats on the baby." And I'm like, "Oh, wait." So she's like, "Yeah," and she rubs my stomach. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And mind you, I'm a stick figure at this time. And she's like, "Yeah, your dad told me that that you're engaged, so
clearly,
I just figured
right.
You were pregnant since you're so young." And I was like, no,
yeah.
I am not pregnant. I am in love and I'm going to get married. So it was just she was an older woman too. I was offended.
I mean, because I feel it's well, clearly the only reason you're getting married so young is because you're pregnant and you feel like this is the answer to your pregnancy.
Right.
But the way I look at it is like this. And guys, this video is just kind of all over the place. But the way I look at it is I feel like we got married young.
Right.
But could we have waited? Maybe.
Can anybody wait? Yes.
You have to talk louder, babe. Please.
I'm talking fine.
This is not gonna pick you up.
It will.
Anyway, see, this is when you get married young, you
This is not gonna be in the video.
It will be in the video because I do the editing. Anyway, what I was saying was I feel like a lot of times we got married super young, but at the same time I feel like it's dope because we get to grow up together. We didn't have kids right away. Now,
right.
This is not a pun.
No kids.
Right, this is not a pun to people who got pregnant right away, but we got married super young, didn't have kids right away, so that allowed us to really just learn each other. And I honestly feel like we are growing up together because we are so young. Even though I feel like I had experienced so much more of the world than she did when we got married, just via by way of bad decisions, etc., etc. But yeah, I don't think there's a problem. I feel like if you're young and you know that you found somebody you love, because the point is to not date forever.
Right.
I mean, I know that goes against what people think, but the point is not to date forever. And it's if you meet someone, just get married. If you're compatible, watch the other video.
I feel that works. I feel like we're super mature just for our age.
Right.
But if you have a job, if you are mature, if you have good examples that you can just see what a marriage should look like, I guess, then okay. But everybody does not have the capacity to get married at a young age.
No. Everybody, I can name at least 5 people off my top of my head right now who are my age and shouldn't be married, easily. But
yeah, because if you don't have the I don't know what to call it, but we went through a lot. So if you feel like you're not at that point where you can like withstand like a lot of issues, because there were a lot of issues being young and married. If you can't deal with that, I wouldn't suggest.
Right. I mean, and I've never been the type of person to care. You know, like people say like, oh, are you sure? You sure?
Right.
You
people
sure?
came up like, I hope that's a promise ring.
Are you
people
sure?
said that like, wait, let me see your hand. Is this a promise ring?
Yeah. And I've just my whole life I've never been the person to care what people think. Like, if you tell me not to do it, now I'm definitely gonna do it. Like, that's just been my.
So that's why he married me, because people told him not to.
Yeah, people said don't do it, and I did it anyway.
So he was like, I
had to do it.
Forget love.
No, yeah, and I just like, I feel like, I mean, and then obviously like we're Christian, and that's what Christians do. They get married young, right?
No, people ask me all the time, like, are you guys from California? Are you from LA? Or are you from Tennessee?
Right, yeah. Are you from the South?
Yeah.
Are you from, because I mean, we live in California. We live in LA, Los Angeles, California, and that's not really like common here. So like when we tell people like, oh, we've been married for a long time, it's like, oh man, how long you guys been married? Like 5 years we've been married. Be 6 years in June. It's like, that's might not be a big deal to you. Like maybe not a big deal to you. You've been married 25 years, but in this city, like where people don't stay married, where people are like, there is empirical data that shows people, millennials, are putting off getting married, and people are divorcing at higher rates than like average. Like, I think it's a big deal that we're together after 5 years, going on 6. And so like, I don't have a problem being young and married. I would say this though, like if you're young and you're thinking about getting married and you're a guy, I would say like, you know, be sure, like because if you feel like you still want to sow your oats, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the time, right? If you have those thoughts, like, you know, like you're good. But again, like 21, like, I mean, just by the time I was 22, I had done so much, like, not just like experience wise. Like, I lived in Boston for a couple years. I moved out there at 19, I think. Lived on my own in a state that I didn't know anyone for a couple years. But also, in addition to that, I just experienced so much. I had like a lot of girlfriends. I was very sexually active. I experienced so much like of, you know, dating and whatever, that by the time I like was 21, 22 when we got married, I was like, I'm good. Like, I've been out there, I've done it, I've got all the stuff. Like, I don't have to like
all that out.
Right.
Mine is, I'm just totally different.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the like a lot of like girls, women are different, right? So
I just was never into all of that. So
right, but I was, and like, I mean, of
it
course,
just depends on like the type of person you are,
right?
And I feel like a lot of the issues that people have with getting married young is that you think like you'll grow into a different person and you'll probably like not grow together,
right?
Or you don't have. Like, you just feel like it might just be, like, so different. And my plan was never to get married young. Like, I planned on, like, 27 getting married. I had, like, a whole plan.
Next year, you're planning on getting married.
Exactly.
Right. I'm glad you didn't.
But, yeah. So, I feel like if you find the right person that you can grow with, and I felt like he was the one, and it's been working. We've been growing together, like headed in the right direction. I just feel like for us, it was like, for me, I'll say for me, like, I knew that you were the one. Like, it was like a God thing to me. It was like,
I mean,
I don't know. It just felt right.
I just put a post up on Instagram recently of her, and I said, one day you'll meet someone who will make you realize why none of your past relationships worked. And so for me, it's like, oh man, like, no, prior to her, I was dating a girl who I thought I would marry. Like, I was in love with her. Yeah, I mean, she laughs, but like in my space, in my world at that time, that was like a big deal to me. And like, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why that relationship wasn't working. But after some time, it's like, oh, that's why it didn't work. So, I mean, I say this. If you're young and you're dating and you're in a serious, committed, monogamous relationship and you're thinking about getting married and like you feel like maybe you shouldn't because you're young, that's bull. We are young. We have fun. We like, and I get to do it with her. Like we travel, we do a lot of fun stuff together, and because we got married so young, I feel like the first more videos to come, but the first year of our marriage was horrible. Horrible.
It was
like worse than
very
horrible?
testy.
It was really bad, and we'll get into that. But
I feel like that can happen at any age.
No, it can happen at any age.
You just gotta have. If you're young, you just gotta know where your maturity level is.
Right.
Like, can you deal with that?
No, that definitely can happen at any age. But I feel like because we got married so young and all that stuff happened to us so young, so early on in our marriage, like I feel like we hit a lot of bumps in the beginning. Like, so now when we hit 30 and we've been married 10 years or whatever, it's like, oh, like that stuff happened like early in our marriage. Not to say that stuff can't happen again, but yeah, I mean, we have a lot of single friends, and we love hanging out with young married people. But this is the last thing, because for a while, all of our married friends, this is not a bad thing. Majority of our married friends were older than us, and so like I feel like almost they kind of didn't see us as like counterparts,
like a real married couple,
but they saw us
on that level.
Yeah, they didn't see us. No offense to you guys, y'all know who you are, right? But I always felt like, man, like we're not really on their level to them,
right?
Because we're so young, and they've been married 10 years and we've been married 2 years or whatever. Like, I just always felt like that. But now that we're getting younger married friends, it's like, oh, so we're not crazy. Like other people do this too. Oh, this is dope. Oh, let's all travel together. Oh, you guys don't have kids? So we don't have kids either. So if you're thinking about it, you're contemplating, being young and married is dope. It comes with its challenges, just like being married at any age, but do it. If you're thinking about it, do it. I would say, like, get
guidance.
Get some definite counsel. Like, I like to say there's safety in a multitude of counsel. Like, you have people who are in your ear, like good speaking speaking knowledge to you. Like, there's safety in that kind of environment. You know what I mean? Yeah. And plans fail with lack of advising. But with many advisors, they succeed. Anyway, so yeah, that's just what I think. I wanted to do this real quick before we head out. That's it.
That's all.
If you're young and dating, get married. And hit us up. If you're in LA,
hit us up.
Like, let's hang out. I mean, not if you're weird. I used to work for the sheriff's department, so anyway, I can spot weird pretty quick.
Yeah. So there will be more videos on this topic, more in depth. But this is just like a little, a little teaser or something about being young and married and this fabulous life. So
hashtag young and married, hashtag millennials, hashtag in love, hashtag black love. Like comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed this, share with your friends, and just be on the lookout. Turn on the notifications if you subscribe so you can see all of the other videos that we have coming up. Right.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
All right, y'all. Holla.
Bye-bye.